Good morning, dear children. Welcome to our English class. Today, we are going to discuss our second lesson, The Little Match Girl. Look at page number 11 in your textbook. This is a touching story about a little girl. The lesson is adapted from a story by Hans Christian Andersen, well known as a children's writer whose stories include Thumbelina and the Ugly Duckling. While the story apparently ends on a tragic note with the little girl lying frozen to death, the closing lines of the story project the picture of the joyful visions of the young girl. Look at page number 11, The Little Match Girl. Let's move on to the story. Look at the yellow box given there. Two columns are there. The festival of New Year has different names in different states or regions of our country. Match these names with their respective states or regions. Column A Puduvarsham, Vishu, Ugadi, and Gudi Padwa. In column B Andhra Pradesh, Telangana, and Karnataka. B Tamil Nadu. C Maharashtra, Goa, and Konkan coast. D Kerala. First one Puduvarsham. Puduvarsham is celebrated as New Year in Tamil Nadu. 1 to B. Second one Vishu. Vishu is celebrated as New Year in Kerala. Third one Ugadi. Ugadi is celebrated as New Year in Andhra Pradesh, Telangana and Karnataka. Fourth one Gudi Padwa. Gudi Padwa is celebrated as New Year in Maharashtra, Goa and Konkan coast. Look at words to watch. First one longed. Longed means greatly desired. അമിതമായി ആഗ്രഹിക്കുക. Second one visions. Visions means sight. Third one blazed. Blazed means burns brightly. Fourth one snowflakes. Snowflakes means a crystal of snow. Next one heaven. Heaven means paradise. Next one delicious. Delicious means tasty. Next word shivering. Shivering means trembling. Next one stretched. Stretched means extend. Next one dawn. Dawn means break of the day. Next one sizzle. Sizzle means hissing sound. Look at once more. Longed, blazed, heaven, shivering, dawn, visions, snowflakes, delicious, stretched, sizzle. Look at the first paragraph. It was a bitterly cold day. Snow was falling and it was dark. It was also the last day of the old year, New Year's Eve. It means that it was extremely a cold day. Snow was falling and it was the New Year's evening. Bitterly means extremely. Look at next paragraph. A little girl walked in the bitter cold and gathering darkness. She was a thin, shivering little girl wearing a cotton dress and no shawl. Her legs were blue with cold. In her basket, she carried many matchboxes. This paragraph describes about a little girl who was wearing cotton dress and she had no shawl. She was shivering due to the cold winter and she was walking in the darkness. Her legs were blue with cold and she carried matchboxes in a basket. Gathering means closing in. Look at next page. She had not sold a single matchbox that day and was afraid to go home because she would get a beating from her father. She crept along, shivering and hungry, the poor little match girl. This paragraph means that she was afraid to go home because she hadn't sold a single matchbox that day and she would get a beating from her father. She moved along silently with hunger. Look at next line. The snowflakes fell on her dark curls. Lights were shining in every house. A delicious smell of cooking came from all the houses. It was New Year's Eve and the little girl longed for a warm room and a hot dinner. Her own house was cold. The wind came in through the broken roof and the broken walls. She knew there was no more food left in the house. If only she could get warm. This paragraph means that snowflakes fell on her hair. Because of the New Year's Eve, all the houses were shone with light, and delicious smell of cooking came from every house. She also longed for a warm room and a hot dinner, but her house had a broken roof and a broken wall, and it was very cold there, and there was no more food left in the house. Look at next paragraph. She pulled out a match and struck it. It gave out a small orange glow. It had a small flame, but what a strange light it gave! The girl felt she was sitting in front of a lovely warm stove and was warming herself at the stove. Suddenly the match went out and there was no glow. There was only the darkness, the cold and the burnt out match in her hand. It means that when the girl pulled out a match and struck it, the match gave out a small orange glow. It had a small flame, but it gave a strange light. The girl felt as if she was sitting in front of a lovely warm stove and warming herself at the stove. Because of the cold, the match went out. So, dear children, that's the end of today's class. Thank you everyone. See you.